Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, in today's episode, we have something we haven't done for a while. Okay, it's actually the first time we're gonna do it this year. We're gonna rate your team. We're gonna see what your Ferrari looks like. Just coming down. I put up a tweet, I think it was 4 days ago, okay? It says here, it's that time of the year to show me your Ferraris, okay? It doesn't matter if they don't have an engine yet. It's time to rate your teams. I'm gonna do it very different this year, which I'll explain in a minute. And the video will be out this next week, which is this week, okay? Just coming down. Before I start reviewing the teams and the players and so forth, I just want to mention one thing. A big shout out goes to Swordplay, and this is created by Janaf and Supercoach of the Year and the boys there. Well, pretty much all us content creators have also chipped in. Okay, now you get a 10% discount if you put the code SPUDS10. I've asked for an extension, okay? I've asked for more discount because you know how the Scodfather is very tight ass, okay? So I asked for a 20% discount, and they offered this for me for 72 hours. So you get 72-hour limited time discount, okay? Discount. Now, the reason why I'm pulling this out, all right, and this is very important. When I finished fourth 2 years ago, all right, I was going through a lot of information because you need information. Okay, now you don't necessarily take in all the information everyone gives you and just copy it. No, but you look at different ideas all the time, and there are a lot of ideas in this guide. Okay, all it takes is one idea. And then what happens is you start getting brainstorms, and the brain starts ticking. Okay, and that's what happened to me. I was watching Supercoach Insiders 2 years ago. I was watching Dr. Supercoach. I was watching Coaches Panel. I was watching Supercoach of DR. I was watching everybody, okay? I was just waiting for that moment where I get the brainstorm, and it came, okay? I can't remember when because it was a long time ago because the brain doesn't remember these things, but I just needed one brainstorm to happen. And sometimes that brainstorm can come from anywhere. And Swordplay Supercoach season guide could be the one that gives you that brainstorm, the one you need, okay? The boost, you may call it. Anyway, let's continue. Now, we have a few things we're going to look for, okay? Now, number one is going to be cash making, okay? Now, we're going to make sure that your team is capable of making some cash because no money is no honey, okay? Just is not going to happen. Just calm it down. Now, if no honey, the team is not good, okay? Now, so we need to make some cash. Number two, I'm going to be looking at dead players, okay? Now, when I say dead players, it's equivalent to a spud, okay? Now, that means that they're doing nothing. They're just stagnating. They're just holding up your team, these spuds. So we're going to be looking for players that are possible spuds. Doesn't mean they're actual spuds, but they're possible spuds. Now, we're also going to be, number three, we're going to look at the best of the best. So when I say best of the best, it means does your team have players that are the best in their position? Okay, and how many do you have? Okay, for example, if you have a player that I think, or maybe even you might agree with me, that is probably a top 10 defender, does that make him viable to start with, or should you be starting with a top 6 defender? Okay, now, that's what we're going to look at. Now, we're going to look at good engines. Okay, now, good engines is the ones that are point scoring. Now, what are good engines? Okay, what kind of teams have good engines? Okay, now, high scoring rookies, on field, and high scoring mid prices on field. Now, if you can sort of give me a good balance, okay, it means your engine is well oiled, okay. It's going to be a good Ferrari or one, okay, maybe even a yellow or a red one. So that's what's going to happen. So now, after I see all of this, okay, from your teams, then I'm going to rate it. Okay, now I'm going to say, actually, that's going to be top 1K plus. So just outside the top 1K, all right? So your team is either going to be one of these top 10 or bust teams, okay? To get to this level, okay, a top 10 or bust team, it needs a good engine, okay? Now, it needs to fly. So, we're going to see if your team is a top 10 or bust. Number 2, we're going to look if your team is a top 1K team. Now, a top 1K team is a very safe team, a solid team, not going to bust. It will not bust. It will stay in a top 1K forever, okay? But it won't finish in the top 10 because you haven't taken enough risks. The team that takes... there's an old saying, it's no guts, no glory, okay? And to finish in the top 10, you got to do something special, okay? So we're going to find if your team is a top 1K team. And if it is a top 1K team, it's a very good team. Now, then we're going to see if your team is a top 1K plus team, which means probably not good enough to get in the top 1K yet, but has potential, okay? It can still get in there, but just needs a bit of work. Needs to go to the repair shop, to the garage, okay? And needs some tune-ups, okay? So we're going to find out all these in your teams now. Now, I'm going to start first with my boy here, John, okay? Now, John is a Jet player. He's in our cash league, so he's one of the dangerous ones, okay? Now, we're going to have a look at his team. Let's have a look now. We're going to actually put this on another screen to make it bigger. Okay, now, let's have a look. Let's get our sheet out, okay? Now, what are we looking for? Okay, cash making. Now, do we have money coming in? Let's have a look. We've got Smith, Buslinger. We've got a few. We've got the cashes there. Kako, Davidson, Erasmus. I like the bench. Okay, now Laylaw on the bench. A very rich team, this one. Now, we've got rookies on field. They're all good. High scoring, maybe in the midfield. We can see 3 of them. Very high scoring. Okay, now... in the forward line, we have Hewitt, Stone, and we have another rookie at the flex position, which obviously he wants to switch between forward and defence. That's why he's put a flex with defensive forward capabilities. That's good thinking. Now, what do I think? Okay, now, cash making is a tick. Dead players. Okay, are there any dead players here? Let's have a look. We're looking for dead players. Okay, now, dead players, I can't see any, okay? The only dead player I see, and it's not even a dead player, okay, and it's Trent Rivers, because it's a question mark. We don't even know. I can't even tell you the answer. So, he can go under here, under good engine. Well, best of the best wise, we don't think Rivers is the best of the best, but you're not getting him to be the best of the best, okay? You're getting him as a placeholder, which is a high-scoring mid-pricer, okay? So you've done that. However, what's he going to average? Is he going to make money? I just did his review, okay, recently, and I'm not sure, okay? So I'm not 100% sold on him. It's because I don't have the answers to it. It's very questionable. There's not enough data to back it up. So that's a question mark. So all in all, okay, I'm giving this team a top 1K finish, okay? I think it's a very solid team, but I think it can do with a bit more risk, okay, to get to that top 10, but that risk also gives you that bust capability, so that's very dangerous. But it's a good job, John. I love the team. He's actually given me a second team, and this one is also probably even a better 1K team. It's a very strong team, but we went for his mid-price team before, but this 1K team is even more solid. Now, let's go have a look at my boy here, Tim. Now, this one, he says it's a 3/4 complete Ferrari, so we're not expecting much right now. So let's have a look what Tim has to say. Now, Tim is from our Richmond group. Now, let's open up on a bigger scale. Let's have a look. Let's zoom in. Okay, now, bring out the sheets. Now, get it down below so my head's not in the way. Cash making. Okay, let's have a look at the bench, and the bench looks pretty good. Okay, except this Johnson pick. Now, if you think Johnson's going to play, okay, then it's a good pick. But if you put Johnson there to be a loop, we have a big problem. Okay, do not put any loops in round 1. Make sure everyone is playing, because in round 2, 3, and 4, you'll have plenty of loops. And by the time we get to round 5, some players probably get dropped or be missing. So don't put any loops. you can't afford it, okay? Because what happens is the cash making is gone. So number one, I put here not enough cash making because you just lost 150k, okay? Number two, dead players or spuds. How many do we have in this team? Let's have a look. Now, Schoenmaker, he's a risk, and so is Flynn. Okay, both of these players, they come at a very cheap price. Okay, you get them from the markets these days. Okay, quite cheap. But the problem is, we don't know what they're going to average. It could be anything. It's a gamble. Okay, it could be spud. It could be a spud. They could be doing nothing. Okay, these ones. So that's number two is a tick. Okay, now number three, best of the best. Do you have them? Okay, now you have Sheasels. You have Clark. Is Clark going to be a top 6? Are they better than him? I'd say Clark is definitely a top 10, 100%. Top 6, I'm not sure, okay? We've got Dacos, Sarong, Merritt. I love the midfield, okay, very strong. You got the two best ruckmen, okay? Your forward line, okay? Darcy Wilson. Okay, going back to that spud area here, okay? And doing nothing bits, okay? Darcy Wilson plays on a wing. This is another one. Okay, I would highly consider you swapping him around. These are no good. Okay, now he's not going to average 100s. Put it that way. You're paying 350k for him. You're going to get 350k worth of Darcy Wilsons. That's what you're going to get. So for your ranking, unfortunately, this is going to be outside the top 1k. This team, but you did say your team is not complete, so that's why it's a outside top 1k. Now we go to my boy here, Jeffrey Head, a very good, very fine young man, gentleman. This man is, okay, absolute legend. Now he says here, rate and berate me, please. And now I'm not going to berate you, young man. Just calm it down. Now he says here, rookies, as usual, are subject to change. I will find them out. Zero it in the flex for now to make use of midfield flex and extra mid rookie. All right, let's take a look at this team. Let's enlarge this. Put another screen. Okay, open image here. And make it bigger. Okay, now, what are we looking for? Okay, we're looking for cash making. Okay, now, cash making, we have plenty of cash. And it all looks like you've selected players that are going to play, but I have a problem with this Sims here. I think you put him there deliberately, thinking that he won't play. Okay, I think you put him in here, thinking that you can loop him later on because you're not going to loop Boyd. That's a mistake. Okay, cash making has fallen out the window. Okay, you lost 150k on Sims. Every other team will have an extra 150k head start on you. A big mistake. Okay, now number 2, spuds. Let's look for some spuds now. Okay, let's find them. Okay, I'm a spud hunter. Now, so far so good. Now Gipkus is not playing, so that's easily fixed. Okay, you can just replace him. So there's no dramas. Okay, now. Midfield, solid, okay, guns in there, okay, now I've got these 3 as myself as well. Now, you got the 4-gun rookies, okay, so cash is coming, okay, now, you got the conning there, which is probably going to be a question mark depending on pits, but I think you know that already, so you'll probably swap that around later on if you have to. And the forward line looks good. I'd get rid of Curtin, from what I've heard, or I heard it from the Phantom podcast that the Curtin is playing in the forward line, not defense. So they need to get rid of Curtin. So, all in all, okay, best of the best. Question is Holmes top 6? Okay, and that's a question, okay, because that's the same question I've been asking myself when I got 530k left. I can't find nobody. So, and I couldn't put him in for that reason. So, I would say Holmes is probably not the top 6. He's probably a top 12, but not top 6. So you want probably a top 6, okay? So maybe we'll get rid of Holmes. Although Holmes could go good, I could be wrong. So you could be onto something that I'm not onto. So at the moment, let's keep him as best of the best, okay? Because you picked him there for a reason. Is the engine good, okay? Now, with the engine, high-scoring mid-prices, okay? Now, you've got Mills, but everyone's got Mills, okay? You got Oliver, but everybody has Oliver, okay? And the forward line is pretty similar, so I don't think you have enough high-scoring mid-prices. You have a lot more rookies. You're more a top 1K type of team, okay? You're very solid team, but you haven't taken the risks to crash. You're not going to bust, okay? You're going to fly, but you're not going to fly fast enough for the top 10 that are taking more risks. So I think you're going to be between this area here and more or less this area now because of Sims, okay? Sims is the problem, and otherwise it's a very good team, okay? Love it. Now we go to the break-evens, and this is Corey. Now Corey says here, I've got a 15th Primo team. He says, but my Ferrari is in the garage for now. Only comes out for big occasions, so he's hiding his Ferrari. Just coming down. Now we're going to go to Cooper. Now Cooper is a regular chatter of mine. Now he says here, have submission closed yet? Hope not. The old weapon is back. Well, let's have a look at this young man's team. Going to open it in a new window and enlarge it. Now, actually, I just heard that Matt Rowell may rest forward this year. So that's what Hardwick just said. So take note of Rowell, be careful. Now, I'm going to pop on here now, all right? We're looking for cash making, okay? And we have plenty of cash. Now, we don't have plenty of cash. We have a big problem right now, okay? The problem is Hurstwaite, Urquhart. I haven't got my glasses on because I can't even see this, but I think it's I can't see, it's too small. But McCrease, okay. Now these players aren't going to play, okay. We don't even know if Erasmus is going to play or Hall's going to play. The problem is you haven't allowed enough cash on the bench to fit these players in. So this team is already is cooked. I'm sorry to say, it's cooked right now because of these. Okay, now you need to bring a stronger bench in because once the bench is cooked, everything else is cooked because you can't compare it because of the bench. You need solid bench. So once your cash making is gone, everything is out the window. Because what will happen is by round 7, your cash is gone. You'll keep up with everyone until round 7. After round 7, when everyone's upgrading, you're going to be upgrading very slowly with no cash. So, unfortunately, this one's going to be a top 1K plus team. I apologize, young man. Now, we're going to go to my boy here, a Dogs 09. Okay, now, let's have a look. Actually, we're going to enlarge this bigger. Okay, now let's get out our sheet. Now we're looking for cash making. Now take note, we have cash. Now we're not sure if Al Hawli or Habibi, Al Habibi is playing, but it doesn't matter. You can replace him. You've allowed enough cash on the bench. I'm very happy with this. Okay, the bench is very strong, and you got strong. You got enough cash to replace players that are not playing. That's the main thing. So you've done that. That's a tick. Cash making is a tick, okay? Now we're looking for spuds. Okay, now we're doing the spud detector. Okay, now defense is solid. Okay, very good. Midfield, it's solid. Okay, very, very strong midfield. Okay, now ruck line, solid. Okay, this is a good team. Okay, now forward line, McRae, Smith, and Daniel is very, very solid. The horny man's not there, but it doesn't matter. He can come in later on. However, as you mentioned in the comments, okay, this is a solid team. Okay, it's going to be a very powerful team, very solid, top 1K finish, an awesome leagues type of team. But if you're going to go for a top 10 team, there's not enough risks in here. You don't have these high scoring mid prices. You do have Oliver, but we all have Oliver, okay? My forward line is stacked, okay? My midfield is stacked in my team. I'm going for a top 10 finish or I'm going to bust. Your team won't bust. Your team will go solid all year. So I'm very proud of your team, okay? And absolutely love it. But it's going to be a top 1K finish for you, young man, which is a very good finish. We now go to AJ, who says that this will change 100 times before round 1. Okay, now if it's change 100 times, let's have a look. Let's make some changes now. Okay, let's have a look at this team. We're going to enlarge it. Now, as I mentioned previously, actually, let's get our sheet out. Cash making, going through it quickly. Okay, and it's very good. Okay, now very happy with our defenders. Clark, we're looking for best of the best. Okay, is Clark top 6? It's a question mark. Possibly top 10. So that's a question mark on Clark. but you did say this team will change 100 times. But although Clark could be a top 8. Now, midfield, it's solid, very solid. And again, you got the rookies. It's pretty much Meek you've taken a risk, but I like the risk. It's a pod, okay? He should go well. He's not cheap. You're bringing him in probably to be a placeholder until the big boys come in later on, maybe for Gorn or someone else later on. But he's got no buy round, so he'll do solid. And the forward line, it's very solid. And we got Caleb Smith on the flex position. Now, I see this team, again, as a top 1K team, okay? It's very solid team, but there isn't enough risks involved, okay? You've gone, you're not going to bust, put it that way. You're going to be you're going to be a powerhouse team this year, but no busting from you. So, I'm giving you a top 1K, and it's a tick, okay? Good job, young man. Now, we'll go to Oliver Broomhall, and he's giving me 100 teams, okay? We're going to look at all 100 of his teams right now, okay? Now, he's gone greedy guts, okay? He's got Team A is first, and then Team B is second. Just calm it down. We're just going to do Team A for now, because I've got too many teams to review. He says, I think my Bears and my Spuds would appreciate a rating above 9.8 or 10. Okay, well, I'm going to be honest and brutal, okay? That's what's going to happen now. So let's have a look at this team now. And the team is split into a couple of sections, which doesn't make me very happy. So let's enlarge this, okay, and let's get back over here. Okay, close that one off. This is the second part of this team. Okay, this is the second part. It is enlarge this. Okay, and let's go over here. Now, let's look for rookies. And we're happy so far. Not happy. Not happy. We're not sure about Angrove. We're not sure about Hall. Okay, we've spent not enough cash on the bench. By not spending enough cash on the bench, it means you can't replace these players. You have no money left. Okay, you need to allow more cash on this bench. So these players become irrelevant. You might have to lose one of these players, but we'll still have a look at your team. Okay, we're still going to look. Let's go enlarge this one. Okay, we've got Travalia on the bench here. I mean, you can get enough cash because you can actually move Travalia over here and get some more cash. So it's not a problem, actually, the cash. Now, we mentioned Clark. Okay, so we go back over here. We mentioned best of the best. We're not sure if Clark is the best of the best. We think Clark is very good. Okay, excellent. Top 6, we're not sure. So it's a question mark on Clark. Going down, we have a question mark on Ed Richards. Okay, now, mind you, I have Ed Richards in my team, and it's also a question mark. Okay, so I'm not saying you've got Ed Richards and it's wrong, because I've got him as well. Okay, and so does Supercoach of the year. We both have him, but it's still a question mark. Is he top 8? Maybe not. Okay, we're going to find out. So the question mark is there. Now we go further down, and we have Gordon Sherry. Now, looking at this team, it's very solid, okay? It's going to go very well. It's going to be a top 1K team again, okay? I can see this team being a powerhouse this year. I can give it a 9.8, okay? But it's not going to be a top 10 team because this team doesn't have any risks. You have taken Richards as a risk, but if you see my team, you're going to freak out. So you're going to go up against teams that have a lot of risk in there, okay? This team has some risk, but doesn't have a lot of risk, okay? It's a very safe team, which I'm happy. You should have a safe team, okay? Why would you build a Ferrari that's going to break down? That's what I've done. My team's going to bust, okay, or top 10. So I'm giving you a top 1K finish. I think this team is a gun team. Now, we'll go to my boy here, Logan. Now, he says here, hey, legend, he's set on this team at the moment. Bontanchera could become English and any mid 550K or 550K or under. Your other weapon, Nuke, fits this category. Now, let's have a look at this team now. We're going to enlarge this. Okay, let's get out this. How come your team's so big? Okay, now we're going to have a look at the bench. Okay, now Gross. Okay, he's got to go. Okay, unless he's playing. If you think he's going to play it, we haven't been told about this, so maybe you should share the information. But Gross, I'm not sure about Gross. Okay, now, do you have enough cash to replace a Gross? Because it looks like you've put him in there because you've run out of cash. Okay, and that's what I think's happened here. So he needs to go. and be replaced by a player that's playing, okay, a playing rookie. So you got to find the cash somewhere. Now, let's move over here now. Okay, everyone's got Clark in their teams. What's going on? What's the story? Have I missed this memo? What's going on with Clark? How come everyone has Clark in their teams? Now, this team, very solid again. Structure very good. Okay, Tom Lynch, I'm not sure about, but he could go nuts. This is another team. Let's count the rookies. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not bad. Okay, I'm liking this. Okay, 4. We've got 5, 6. Okay, and we've got 7. So far, this is the least amount of rookies I've seen on field. Okay, this team could be something special. Okay, now this is one of these teams. I don't think will bust. It won't bust, but it has potential in this category here. This team looks solid. I'm putting it in between a top 1K, fighting for a top 10 spot. I don't think you're going to bust either. So this is a very good team. I don't know how you're going to do it, but if you can get Clark to someone else, but there's nobody. Well, what I would do maybe, what can you do? Let me think now. Okay, I'm thinking. If Clark can become Newcomb in here somehow, okay, but that won't work because you don't want to lose to Hartzis and Smith. Okay, so I keep it the way it is. It's actually a very good, very solid team. Very proud of you, young man. You've done well. Now we go to my friend here, Champions Coast. Okay, the boy that goes to the Hallam pub sometimes. Okay, he was there last night. If you went to the Hallam pub, you would have seen Champions Coast there. Now let's take a look at his team. Now he says here it's Carlton Mids versus Richmond. He thinks they're going to go nuts. And let's put this on another screen. Let's enlarge it. Okay, now cash-wise, how much cash are we going to make in this team? Now, Reed, trainer, okay, they can play, okay. I like Bo Allen here, okay, because El Hawi, okay, he might not play, okay. Erasmus, he may not play, okay. Now, he may play, we don't know, okay. So, we think El Habibi's not going to play, okay. Now, you got Hewitt and Davison. I like that you've gone cheap on the bench. Maybe I should do this, okay? It's actually very good. Okay, this is one of these teams. I think I'm going to like this team. Now, your defense. Okay, you've gone... so, cash making is there. Okay, you got the rookies there, all right? But I'm not happy with these two. Okay, I want to see realistic defense, mid rookies here. So you might have to actually spend a bit more cash because these two may not play. Okay, Erasmus might play, so we'll see anyway. If he plays, I'm getting him myself, so it actually saves me money. Now, defense. Now Rivers, I've been questioning that myself. It's a gamble. It could pay off big time. This is where the bus comes in. It's a top 10 of bus. I like this Rivers pick, but it could break down. This defense is good. Okay, now being a gamble, okay, I don't mind it. Now, midfield, Richards, I mentioned in a previous video, I have him as well, but is he best at the best? Maybe not, or maybe he is. So it's a risk, okay, but I like the pick, I like the risk. Will Day, I like that risk. Chera, I like this risk. I don't like this. Okay, Livingston there. You have to get rid of Livingston. You got to put a rookie here that's actually playing. Okay, I need a player here that's playing. This is not good. Okay, now I don't want any loops in this team. I don't want you to have Boyd and Livingston. What happens if Boyd's not playing? So maybe here go the Freo boy, Reedy. Maybe put him in there for now with Shrek out. Okay, then maybe put Reedy in here. Now the forward line is a very good, and the flex spots, Flynn could be a spud. Okay, we're not sure. It could be the spud, but this team is one of these teams. it's a top 10 or bust. It's high risk, okay? It's not going to finish top 1K, okay? It's either going to finish top 10K or it's going to finish top 10, all right? It's going to be a massive team in one of these top 100 teams. So you've taken the risks, and I don't mind it because you got nothing to lose, okay? There's nothing to lose by taking risks. So I like it very much. Now we go to my boy here, Corey Blackledge, who we've been good friends with for a long time. Okay, now with Corey, let's open up his team. Actually, I didn't read the memo. Okay, what did it say? It says 15.5. Well, there's nothing in the bank. Okay, that's what he says. Okay, now it says my weapon for the year is Bailey Dale. As think he can have a career year, and hopefully I can have a personal best. Okay, let's find out. So you picked Dale based that he's going to be a top 6. So we're gonna say he's a top 6 because that's what you've gone for the risk with. Okay, now we're gonna open this in a new window. Okay, let's enlarge it. Now let's get the sheet out now. Now we're looking for your rookies. Okay, and so far so good. Okay, we're not sure about Hewitt, but you've allowed the cash to replace him anyway, so that's fine. And the rookie, the bench, I'm very happy with. Okay, so cash making is a tick. Okay, now we're looking for spuds. Okay, now how many spuds do you have? Let's have a look. Okay, we got Hollands here. Okay, now Hollands is potentially a spud. Okay, it doesn't mean that he is a spud, but he has a potential to become one, or he could be a jet. Okay, so we're not sure. So I don't mind the risk, but it could be a spud. Now, you wouldn't have got the news early, so Sean Darcy, as you know, is not playing, so you would have replaced him anyway, so that's fine, okay? There's no problems here. And you got 4 primos. Well, they are primos this year, okay? I can't believe Smith is a primo. That's unbelievable. We've got 4 primos, and you're going for marriage. And that's could be an interesting pick, okay? And we've got Kakawi as well. So, best of the best wise, okay? You got some guns in this team, okay? So you've actually picked what you think is best of the best. I'm happy with that, okay? Good engine, high-scoring rookies, high-scoring mid-prices. You got possibly 1, 2 high-scoring mid-prices, but we're not sure how they're going to score, okay? You got Peatling as well, so that's 3. We don't count these defenders, okay, because everyone's got them, okay? Actually, you do have Sanders, and I don't mind that. I can see this team, okay, finishing in the top 1K. Could be a good top 1K finish, okay? It's got the foundation is very solid. I can't see it busting unless Hollands and Marriage let you down. Because don't forget, you're paying $223K for Marriage. If you get a rookie for 120 or 117, 123, for example, Davidson, how many more points is Marriage going to score than Davidson? And Davidson is over 100K cheaper, 110K cheaper. So, is he worth having? That's a question. Okay, now we're going to find out, because if you add Marriage's cash, put it on top of Holland's, then you can have a Chera, okay, or you can have an Ashcroft. That's what I would do. Okay, I would probably put Davidson here and change Hollands to someone better, and then you could be cooking with gas, okay? But at the moment, I'm giving you a top 1K finish. It's a very good job, young man. Now we go to B George now. Now George says here, he says torts. He wants some torts. Okay, now he says torts abs, and he says I can't come down. Okay, let's have a look at B George's team now. We're gonna open this in a new window, and we're gonna make this young man calm down now. Okay, now we have a problem, B George. We have a big problem here. Okay, now I haven't even started looking at the team, and I've got a massive problem. Now, here's the problem, okay? It's the cash-making department, all right? I know I say sometimes that I'm tight ass, okay? I don't like to spend the cash, but something wrong here, okay? Same thing with you, got the same problem as me. You look to be tight ass too. So what happened is these players are not going to play, okay? Nyun, okay? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Moraes, you need to spend more cash here, okay? You need this bench to be guns, okay? They have to all be playing, and you don't have enough cash to bring in guns later on. So Sims as well. I can't see him playing. So you got 1, 2, 3 players that are not going to play. We're not sure if Bice is going to play either. Could be 4. So it's a problem because you haven't allowed enough cash. So off the top of the bat now, it's going to be cash making is not good. Okay, now let's take a look at the team now. Do we have best of the best in your team? Now we do have Whitfield and Sinclair is a very good. Okay, now I like Mills. Rookies, they're okay. I mean, they're rookies. Okay, so it doesn't matter about them. You gone the Bont, you gone Cripps, you gone Brayshaw. You've taken a risk with Newcomb. I like the risk factor. Just come down. Okay, it's very good. Now you gone Oliver. I like. Okay, now Darcy. You know, you wouldn't know at the time, but he's injured now. So you obviously know that now. So he's got to go out. So that's no problems. And the forward line's good, and you got the Conning there. We could just switch the Conning with Darcy and then put someone else there. Maybe bring in the Nank the Tank. Okay, he's a very good player. Now, I like your team. I like everything about your team except the bench. Okay, so I'm going to give you a top 1K plus because of the bench. Because you're not going to make enough cash, okay? And you're going to run out of petrol, okay? You can't build this team with this bench. So give me a better bench, okay? And then this team has a lot of potential. Now, we go to Harv's team. Now, Harv is also one of our regulars that chats to us all the time. I love this community. We've got so many regulars on, okay? I virtually memorised everyone. I almost know where they all live, okay? I can almost go to their houses every day, visit them all. Now, let's open up in a new image, okay? New tab. Let's enlarge this. And let's have a look at what Harv's has done. Okay, now we're going to go back into our sheet here. All right, let's make this smaller. Okay, I can't make it any smaller. Okay, your screen's too big. Your rookies on field. Okay, we're not sure about Erasmus, but I think you may need more cash to replace him if he's not available because there's not much available. Even Al Hawli or Al Habibi. Okay, we're not sure about these two. Boyd, you got Kako and Stone. You can even get the cash from Kako. You can even put him over there. So it's not a problem, okay? Now, let's take a look. Shit, I'm going to move this on this side. Okay, I like it better here. Let's have a look at some spuds. How many spuds do you have? Okay, and I can't see any at the moment. Okay, I'm spud hunting. I can't find any. And there's no spuds, okay? We can almost... I mean, Santa's not a spud. He's a jet, okay? But sometimes Bevo turns him into a spud, okay? So Sanders could be a spud. We're not sure. But I have Sanders in my team as well, so don't worry, okay? It's not you. It's all of us have the same problem. Now, best of the best, I think you've done it. I think you nailed the best players you can possibly get, okay? Although the Horny Man's not here, but you can get him later on, okay? It's not a problem. You've gone... you got the Bont, you got Brayshaw. The players are good, but you do have a lot of round 12 by round players in here, okay? Let's count them, okay? Let's have a look. You got 1, 2, 3, not counting the rookies, 4. Actually, you don't have that many, okay? It's actually quite good. I like that team, okay? But I'm going to give you a top 1K finish, okay? There's not enough oomph in there. There's not enough power. The engine is good, okay, but it's not going to bust, okay? I need an engine that's going to bust. I need something. I want to see something that can bust, that can get to the top 10. Because most of the teams that get to the top 10 either bust or go nuts. But your team is solid, okay? I love solid teams as well. And you're looking to have a very good season from the looks of it, okay? I love this team. Now, we're going to take a look at Luke TX, at his team now, and he says here that he can't come down also. He's very excited. So let's open it up on a screen. Let's open a new tab, okay, and let's enlarge this team. Okay, now, let's get out our sheet again. And what we're looking for is cash making, okay? And I can see one problem player, okay, but it's not a big deal because you've allowed enough cash on the bench, so you can play around with this and remove him. So I don't mind this now, okay? And Croft as well. I'm not sure, maybe he does play, but you can change him as long as you're aware. You want to have all your players in round 1. Every single rookie play. No loop players in round 1. Everyone has to play, okay? So we're giving you cash making a tick. Okay, now we're looking for spuds. How many spuds do you have? Let's take a look. And I can't see any at the moment. Okay, let's have a look. Well, there's possibly Grundy there. Okay, we could have one. Grundy is very scary. Okay, now plus Grundy has 2 buy rounds. I'd remove Grundy. Okay, and bring in Nank the Tank in here. Okay, Nank the Tank, or even English, one of the two. And Sanders is a risk, but is a risk I'm gonna take. But I'd get rid of Koziski. Okay, he's not good. Okay, he's not gonna score too high at Richmond. Gonna play in defence, but he's not a high scoring player, not a high possession player. Get rid of him. Okay, he's not good. And for that reason, okay, because you have Koziski in this team, okay, and because of Grundy, Grundy makes me scary. Okay, I'm gonna say it's a borderline between a top 1K and maybe just outside. Okay, just outside. But I really think that you have to get rid of Koziski. It has to go. Now we go to this young legend here. It's Rabs. Okay, now it's Rabs has been following us for a while and is always chatting to me. Now let's open his image in a new box here. Okay, new tab, whatever they call these things. Now, what we're looking for now is cash making. Okay, now we're not sure about Rice. Okay, if he plays, I'm going to put him in as well. Okay, but we're not sure. But you can replace him. It's no dramas. Okay, you can go on the Richmond boys. Al Habibi, we're not sure. Erasmus, we're not sure. So we have to replace these two maybe. Okay, but the rest are okay. Cash-wise, you may not have left enough cash here to replace them. So you have to find a way to find some cash. Okay, now spuds. How many do you have? Let's have a look. And at the moment, I don't see any. Okay, it looks like actually I've just seen one. Okay, I've seen a spud. Okay, now it's this boy here, Flynn. He makes me scary. Okay, now Flynn is either gonna be good or he's not. He's a massive gamble at 287k or whatever he costs, 260 whatever he is. So I'm not sure about Flynn. Okay, and you don't have a second ruckman. Now you got Boyd, but that's a risk, and I think you know that it's a risk. Okay. Now, if Flynn does good for you, this team's gonna fly. If Flynn is your key, if he doesn't, this team could go over the top 1K mark. So Flynn could be a big problem. Sanders, I have him as well, and he's a problem. Or he's a Jets, okay? So he's going to be one of the two. It depends what Bevo decides to do. But this team looks very solid. I actually like it a lot. However, I don't like this, okay? I don't mind having Boyd there, okay? If you could put Flynn on and get someone cheaper, have Boyd playing, I'd take it, okay? So I'm going to give you a top 1K finish, but I want you to get rid of Flynn. Okay, well, just watch him in the preseason, and maybe he's good at. You can tell me off. Maybe he goes like hundreds, and you're gonna say, "Well, you told me to get rid of him. He's scoring hundreds. Just come down." Okay, I'm only giving you my opinion, so maybe he will be a good player, but at the moment, I can't see it happening. Now we go to my boy here, Watto, another legend. Always chats to me. This young man, he's a chatterbox. Okay, now Watto says here, hopefully you can see the whole team. Now rookie is subject to change, particularly Tatsas to Ashcroft. Okay, now let's open this team up. Okay, let's have a look at this young man's team. What has he done? Okay, let's enlarge it and let's bring in our list. Now, the rookies. Okay, now, same as some of the previous teams, we have a problem in our midfield. We don't have enough of these 120k rookies to replace these ones with. I don't see them, okay? So you may want to find some cash and get better ones, okay? So I don't know how you're going to do it, but you got to find some cash. And I like here, okay? This is very good. The cash making is there, subject to you changing, but you did say subject to change. You may need to use to success cash and try to change this this lot here. Now, you're very deep in the defense, so The engine is very good here, okay? A lot of points, okay? I like the engine, okay? I don't mind this. Now, midfield. You're 5 deep in the midfield, okay? But you got high-scoring rookies, so the engine is still good, okay? Now, you got on the rucks, you got the Sherry and the Conning, okay? Is a very good, very nice. Just come down. Now, it sort of all gets ruined right here now, okay? Everything's gone downhill now. We got the horny man. Doesn't matter if you don't have the horny man. But we've only got 2 players here scoring points. The rest are not scoring points. Actually, we got Will Day here too. What have you done? Okay, you got guns everywhere now. Even though you don't have scoring points from here, okay, it's not too bad because you made up for it over here. I don't mind what you've done here. Okay, it's not too bad. You've only got, if you could somehow upgrade marriage or downgrade marriage. If you downgrade marriage, what can you get? Let's have a look. If you downgrade marriage, where's your cash? You may need to downgrade marriage, okay, and then you can upgrade your midfielders here and get more points. The team, the balance is a bit shaky, okay, because of the forward line. The balance is a bit off. It's sort of you sort of need a wheel alignment, okay, with the Ferrari, but the engine's good, okay, but the wheel alignment needs to be done. You're borderline heading to these top 10 or bust situation. You're borderline, okay, but I still put you in a top 1K because of the forward line. But you're borderline on sneaking over here. I actually love this team. I could almost give it a top 10 or bust. Actually, I'm going to give it a top 10 or bust. Just come down. We now go to the Supercoach Whisperer. Okay, this man, he whispers, the Supercoach. Now, he's a regular, and he's a famous young man. Okay, Insights Sports, and he's actually, let's have a look at his. Let's tell you this: 5 times top 1,000 finish. He's a jet. Okay, this young man. Now, let's open his team up. Okay, let's open this in a new window. Now, if he's done 5 times in a top 1,000, I think it's going to be number 6 coming up. Okay, let's have a look now. Cash making. Okay, the El Habibi might have to go, but that's no problems. The rookies look solid over here. And the rookies on the bench over here, Erasmus, maybe not going to play, but the rest look good. I mean, you can change all this. So it's a tick. Cash making, we're making cash, okay? We're going to make some serious cash here. Now, we're looking for spuds now, okay? Looking for spuds, and I found one potential spud, okay? Now, I'm not saying he is a spud, but it's a danger, okay? And that's Freya. Now, Freya, let's take a look at Freya. Let's have a look at his scores from last year, Freya. I haven't even looked at this player. Okay, maybe you could be onto something, okay? Where's Freya? I forgot his first name. Okay, here is Joel. Joel Freya. Maybe you could be onto something here. 2024. Okay, well, he can go... That's the problem with Freya. These scores, it's the roll, okay? It can go 136, but it's the roll. It's not him... the Freya himself, but the role is sort of not there, okay? Because got Dale taking all these points. So I would say, okay, going back to this team, Freya is a big possibility of being this spud, okay? He can let you down. Josh Sin is another one, but he's cheap, okay? But it's a risk. I prefer Josh Sin than Freya because Josh Sin is 150k cheaper, so it's a safer option anyway. If we go further down here now, I would prefer you put Sheldrick on field and Lindsay. Sheldrick is a jet, okay? So put Sheldrick on field. I like your midfield. You got 4 guns here, and you got 4 rookies that are all 5 guns, because Pitling's a gun as well. So you got 3 sort of rookies, high-scoring ones. Sean Darcy, we know, is injured. And you got the 3 ruckman, which I like. And you gone 5 deep in the midfield, in the forward line. Team is solid, okay? And I like your structure, okay? I just don't like the pick, okay? Your team is going to be one of these teams, okay? It's a top 10 or bust team. You just got to find a solution for Freya, Okay, find the solution, and you could be flying. But at the moment, because the solution is not there, okay, I'm giving you a top 1K. Another top 1K finish for you, young man. This is number 6 coming up. We go to my good friend here, Magnus Sherlock, absolute legend of a man. Okay, now let's have a look at his team. There's no notes here with the team now. We're gonna open this in a new tab, so we're gonna make it bigger because I'm blind as a bat because I have to see this bigger now. And we're gonna put out our little notes here. We're looking for cash making, okay, and I've got a problem here already, a young man. Okay, now. You've got on the bench, Gibcus has to go anyway for starters. He's not going to play, okay? But Gallagher and Taylor, that's 500k you've spent there, okay? I'd rather you have players that are maybe 150, 160k, okay? You've got other rookies there. You can pop in there, okay? So these two have to go, okay? Maybe put in here other rookies such as Smiley or some of the Melbourne new guns. You got the Sydney gun. So all 3 of these have to go. Okay, they're all gone. Okay, is a finito, all finish, all gone. Okay, now Riddle has to go. I don't think Riddle's gonna pay. However, you got the right idea. You need to put in here Reedy. That's the one you need. Okay, not Riddle, but Reedy is the one you need here. Okay, so let's get Reedy in here. We're going to have to remove Luke McDonald and Tom Berry. Both of them have to go, okay? We're going to replace them with 2 rookies that are priced similar to the ones you've seen in the previous videos or the previous team reviews, okay? Have a look at a few of them that I've said are good, have a good bench, and just copy that bench, okay? The bench, it's very important because you lost a lot of cash here. A lot of your cash, you've got 500k sitting there, and you've got another 600. You got 1.1 mil sitting on the bench. Okay, so they have to go. All right, so these players have to go. Now, let's take a look over here. Now, we need so cash making. Okay, you're sort of struggling in the cash making department now because of these players. All right, because they're not going to make much cash. So they have to go. So cash making, unfortunately, is not going to work this time. Okay, now, spuds, okay, players that are doing nothing. Okay, now who are they? Now, Lockie Ash and Jaden Short and Braden Maynard and Zach Williams, all 4 of them, okay, have to go. Okay, now what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to private message you. Okay, and I'm going to help you with your team. We're gonna make your team a top 1K team. Okay, we're gonna make your team the best because as a friend, I actually like you a lot. So these players have to go. All right, they're gonna let you down. These players are gonna make you finish. Okay, probably top 30 or 40k. It's just these 4 players alone. Okay, and then you got Kelly, Hopper, and Setterfield and Harms. You've got these players because you put these players here. The cash has gone on the bench, which means you couldn't spend more money over here. So virtually, we need to do a whole big shake-up of your team now. All right. So virtually, we're going to change your team completely. Okay, and give you a brand new team. Just come on down. Now we're going to go to Fraser Kenny. Now he says here, would love Coin to maybe get up to Sarong as maybe more likely to be a top 8. Would love to squeeze Day in, but enjoying only 5 rookies on field. Now, from the sounds of this, Fraser Kenny is going to do something crazy. Now, let's have a look at what Fraser Kenny has done. Let's open this in a new tab. Okay, let's close this off. Now, I'm going to magnify it. Okay, now, let's bring out our cheat sheet. Okay, now, we have Whitfield and Sinclair. I like these 2 picks. Okay, actually, before we go here, let's look at the cash. Where's the cash coming from? Leak Buslinger is good. Sheldrick. We're not sure about El Habibi or Erasmus. Okay, we're not sure about these 2. We're happy with Boyd. Good pick. Stone and Davidson. Good picks. Okay, now we're happy here. These 2, we're going to find out because it looks like El Habibi is not going to play. And Freya has got a powerful midfield, so we're not sure how Erasmus fits in there. But if he does, I'm going to bring him in too. Now, best of the best, okay? Actually, before we do that, let's look for spuds, okay? How many spuds you got? Where are your spuds? Where are they hiding? Let's find them. and I can't find any spuds. Okay, there are no spuds in this team. Okay, there is a risk player in Sanders, but he's not a spud. He's got the Bevo factor, but I've got him as well. So don't worry too much with Sanders. I like this team. Okay, best of the best. You got Whitfielder Sinclair. Okay, you're happy with them too. The sick dog, he could be the best of the best. So I don't mind this pick. It's a gamble, okay, but I don't mind gambles, okay. I'm losing my voice as I'm speaking, okay. Now, you got Butters, Brayshaw, Ed Richards. I like this pick, okay. Again, he might not be the best of the best, okay, but he could be. I've got him as well. He's the weapon, so he usually would be. We got Oliver, Chera, Ashcroft. This is a good team. You got Peatling at M7, okay, very impressive. So, and you got Tasatsis here at flex because your midfield's so strong you couldn't fit him anywhere else. Okay, the engine, it's very good. Okay, this engine, this is fine tuned. Okay, it's very good. The rookies high scoring. You got them on field. You got the high scoring mid prices. This is what I call a top 10 or bust team. This is probably the best one I've seen so far. Okay, it's a very good team. I like it a lot. I like the risk factor. You've gone pod. You're not competing against 100,000 people now. You're competing against 1,000 people, which is why the bus factor gets in there, because everyone else has a similar team, but your team is very different. Very impressed, young man. Now we go to this young man over here. It's Nathan Eshmade. Okay, now Nathan says here, love all your videos, mate. Okay, well, thank you very much. Okay, and he says here, you keep it super engaging for the community. Okay, I try my best. Okay, now only place that will change will be the ruck spot of TDK. Everything else is set. He's set with the team. Let's find out what's happening. Now let's open this in a new tab. Okay, open over here. Okay, let's enlarge this and let's take a look. Okay, now, notepad out. We're looking for cash making, and Bice can be changed if it has to. Okay, it's not a problem. Okay, you got Langford on the bench. It's a very rich team. Okay, this team's got money. Now, I don't like this. Okay, I don't like Daywicks here. You put him there for a reason. You put him there because you're going to use him as a loop. What happens is you're going to be 150k down on everyone else, potentially 300k down on the second upgrade. Okay, so you're going to fall way behind everyone else. By round 7, after round 7, your team will start going slowly. Okay, because of this. So this has to go. Okay, you're going to have to find cash somewhere, and you can't find it. You can use Martin's cash, drop him down to a 120k, and then add on top. So it's no drama. Highly recommend you get rid of. Have no players with a loop in round 1, because round 2, 3, and 4 you got plenty of loops. Okay, and round 5, 6, 7, whatever. We're going to have players that are injured, intersect read, okay, or we're going to have players, so the loops will come, so don't have to start for loop, okay, so it's important. It's going to ruin your season, virtually. Just that one move will ruin your whole season, so that has to go. Now, spuds. How many spuds do I see here? Okay, now, defense is solid, okay, the midfield is solid, okay, and everything else here, it's just solid. Everything is solid. I found one spud. Okay, now, I'm not sure on Matt Flynn. That's the only thing. We're going to find out more about Matt Flynn, but I'm not sold on him. Okay, I'd rather you bring in here Langford, put him over there, or bring the Sydney boy over here, the midfielder, than Matt Flynn, and then you can use the cash and upgrade Wicks or someone better. So use this cash from Flynn and upgrade the bench and a better player over here. That's what I would do. Otherwise, this team is a top 1K team. Okay, it's a gun. This is a gun team. Okay, a very strong, very powerful team, but it doesn't have. It has an excellent engine, but doesn't have high-scoring mid-prices because you've gone guns. Okay, although you do have Chera there, but this is a gun team. Okay, so I love this team. Absolutely jet team. We now go to Cohen Potter. Okay, Cohen Potter. Okay, now we're going to go Cohen Potter, and let's have a look at his team. He says, what do we reckon? Okay, we're going to find out what we think. Okay, now let's open this in a new window. Let's enlarge it because I'm blind as a bat. And let's have a look. We're looking for cash making. How much cash are we making? And we got Layla on the bench. You got too much cash. Okay, that's a strong bench. I like Layla on the bench because it means that you have allowed enough cash for these two to change if they don't play. So you can sort of play around with the cash. We have Simpson. I'm not sure if he's playing, so I think we've got the cash to play around with to change all this, so it should be okay. So cash making is a tick. Okay, now let's have a look now at spuds. How many spuds do we have this team? Okay, now I can't find any at the moment. Let me look. And I found one, okay, and I've spoken about him in a lot of other videos, so I'm just going to mention Matt Flynn. Possible spud, okay, that's one spud, possible. Best of the best, okay. Have we picked the best players in their positions? Sheasels, Whitfield, they could be, well, I think they are the best of the best in defence. You got a gun midfield there. We're not sure if Richards is best of the best, but even I've picked him, so we're hoping that he will be. Chera and Ashcroft, what you call placeholders, and it's a very good pick. Okay, I'm very happy with this. You can upgrade them to guns later on, and they'll score points while you're waiting. Peatling as well. So the three of them, okay, they have a job to do. I like it. Okay, and this team has potential to be one of these teams, a top 10 or bust team, okay, because you have a good engine, all right? The only thing that's probably going to stop this engine is Matt Flynn, okay? He worries me. So if you can find a cure for Matt Flynn and get me something else, this team looks good, okay? I like it a lot. We've now moved over to Cheese's team, okay? Now, Cheese says here, I don't like any of the forward primo options. And now he's not a happy man, Cheese, right now. Okay, he's not very happy with the forwards. But he says here, I've gone pretty poddy. Okay, now he's got pods everywhere. But that's how you win this comp. Now Cheese is playing for a top 10 or bust. Now Cheese and I, we talk the same language. Okay, now we're going to look at this team. It's very interesting. And he says here, SDK is in until I hear more about the ruck split, if any. Okay, we're going to find out now. This could be a very, very interesting team. Okay, let's have a look at this team now. Let's have a look at the rookies first, okay? Because we need cash. Okay, you can't do anything without cash. Okay, now we don't think El Howley will play, so we're going to replace him. You've allowed enough cash in case Erasmus doesn't play, so the cash is not a problem here. Okay, you got Boyd. You got Stone, you got David. Actually, the cash is there. Okay, I'm happy so far. Spuds. Okay, let's look for spuds. Now, possible spuds. Okay, the conning possible. We don't, and you realise that yourself. Anyway, you mentioned that. Okay, and also Rivers possible, but we don't know. So he's actually. I couldn't even do his review. Unknown. Okay. Too many questions, but he could fly. It could be the key to your top 10. Now. In the midfield, we have gone. We've got some Jets here. We've got some big players. We've got the Bont, Brayshaw, Anderson. I like this. Okay, Richards, Oliver, Peatling. Okay, only 2 rookies on field here. 1 rookie on field. That's 3 rookies on field. We've got DeConning and Gorn. We've got Sheldrick. Okay, I like Sheldrick. We've got Kako, Hewitt, Sonzi. Okay, that's an interesting one. If you can find the cash, okay, and upgrade Sonzi to KFC Sanders, because not much difference, probably another 60 or 70k, I would do that move. If you can get the cash somehow and get that, I don't know how you're going to find the cash, okay, because your team's rock solid. So this team, as you mentioned, you've gone for the risk, and I like it, okay? So I'm giving you a top 10 or bust, okay? This is a good team. This is a typical top 10 or bust team. It's either going to go nuts or it's not, okay? And you got nothing to lose by doing this, so I like a lot. Now, this young man here is called, I don't know how I'm going to pronounce this, okay? There's going to be very, very confusion when I do this now. It's called proletarialization, okay? Just hammer down. Okay, now, that's a big word. Okay, now, I don't usually use big words. My biggest words are usually 5 letters. Okay, so this is a big word for me. Now, he says here, fallen primo midfielder's strategy. This could be very interesting. Okay, now, let's open this up and let's have a look. Let's open this in a new tab. This could be one of these really good teams. Okay, I'm actually quite excited to look at this team. Now, first thing I look for is the cash making, okay? And we can remove El Habibi if he's not playing. Your midfield is guns. On the bench, I like Erasmus. We're not sure. Okay, this is so far. Cash making is there, okay? It's big time. It's there, okay? You got rookies as well, good rookies. So cash making is there. Now we're looking for dead players or spuds. How many spuds do you have? Let's find your spuds now. And spuds wise, okay. You don't have any. There are no spuds. Now, I'm not going to call Smith a spud because he's 80% owned. So it doesn't matter even if he's a spud because everyone's got him. So it doesn't matter. So your team, very, very solid so far. Okay. Best of the best. Now, this is the part where you might struggle. Okay. Now, best of the best, you got Shizel. Okay. Well, we know Darcy's not playing, so you're going to have to replace him, possibly with English, I would say, okay? Maybe English, or maybe with Nank, okay? With a similar price. They'll have to pay a bit more. Wanganeen Milera is a risk, okay? Is he a top 6 defender? If he takes the next level, he is, and that will make you fly, okay? Mills, everyone's got him, so that's pretty good, okay? So NWM is an interesting one. Rosie is another interesting one, okay? Because if he has a year like Butters did last year, you go next level because you got players no one's got, okay? Even Richards. Parrish actually is in rehab, so you need to replace him. He's not playing. So we need to find a replacement for Parrish at 480k. You've virtually got all the rest of the 480k players. There's actually nobody left, okay? Who can you get there? Well, you can get one of the Hawthorn boys, okay? You can replace him with Will Day if you have to, all right? So that's not a problem. This team, it's one of these teams. It's a top 10 team or it's going to bust, okay? And taking the risk, okay? I don't mind taking risks. So this is going to take a risk big time. This can fly, okay? This could be a major surprise or it's going to be a major bust. One of the two. We now go to Benji, my boy here. Now, Benji says here about 48 changes to make before round 1. Okay, well, my team still has 500 changes to make, so you're actually doing good. You're doing better than me. Now, let's open this in a new tab. Let's take a look. Let's make this bigger. Okay, now, in defense. Okay, well, actually, first of all, cash making. Let's have a look at your cash. And cash making is there, okay? Because you've allowed 200k on the bench here, which can, well, 180. You can still play around with this. So your cash making is solid, okay? You've actually picked all the players that you think will play, which is a good thing, okay? And if they don't, you'll replace them. Now, spuds. How many spuds do you have? Let's have a look. Okay, now, every team I look at's got Jay Clark in there. I'm sure I missed the memo on him, okay? Something going on with Jay Clark. Now, you don't have any spuds, okay? Well, we've got Darcy that's injured, so it needs to be replaced, but you didn't know that when you put the video up, okay? Well, your team up. Spuds-wise, there are no spuds in this team, okay? It's a very solid team so far. Best of the best. You've done all that. Shizel, Sinclair. You think Clark might be a top 6 or top 8, so I'll give you that you think he is, okay? You got Sarong, you got Newcomb, he can fly, so this team is very good, very solid. It won't bust. This team won't bust. By not busting, it's going to be hard to get to the top 10 because only top 10 teams bust, okay? So I'm going to give you a top 1k finish. It can finish in a top 100 as well. It's a very solid team. I love this team, okay? You've done a good job, young man. Now, we're going to Marcus. Now, my boy here, Marcus, he says here, hey, Abs, this team is changing by the second, but here's the live cam of the spuds, okay? Now, he's got spuds like me. Now, let's have a look at his spuds. Let's open this in a new window. Okay, now, let's bring out our our cheat sheet. And cash making wise, we don't think Pryor's going to play. Okay, so but you've allowed enough cash to replace him, and even enough cash to replace these two if they don't play. Okay, and you got enough cash to replace the bench. As long as all your bench is playing, we're happy. Okay, so cash making will give you a tick. Dead players or spuds. Do you have any spuds? And I've already noticed a few here. Okay, I've actually seen a few spuds. Okay, you're right about the spuds on the field. Now, Flynn. Okay, I have a problem with. I've already discussed him in previous videos. If you haven't seen it, go back a bit and rewind the tape. Okay, Rivers is a big risk. Could be massive reward. And a big risk on Kane Farrell as well. Okay, these two are big risks, very big risks. Okay, your midfield are guns. Okay, I love the midfield. Cumming, I like this pick. Could be a flop or could be huge. Okay, could go 90s or depends on his role. This team I like as a top 1K. All right. However, I'm not sure on Rivers and Kane Farrell. Okay, these two worry me. So I'm going to give you a top 1K plus because just of these two. Okay. However, if these two end up being stars, then you're a top 1K team. Okay, that's how I see this team. It's a very well thought out team. Very, very impressed young man. Now we'll go to my boy here, Joey. Now Joey says here, rate my team please, and he says, what tweaks do I need to make abs? So let's have a look now. What are we going to tweak with this team now? We're going to do some tweaking. Let's open up in a bigger window. Oh, that's too big. Oh my god. Now let's go back here. Okay, now cash making. Finn O'Sullivan. Oh, that's an interesting one. Okay, you've splashed the cash. Okay, how are you so rich? Okay, where'd you get this much money from? Okay, that's a lot of cash on the bench. I don't mind it, to be honest. However, I don't like the Campbell pick. Okay, he needs to go. We don't think he's going to play. Maybe put Boyd there, and you're actually going to save some. You're going to have some more cash. Okay, so the bench is probably the best bench I've seen. Okay, very solid. So let's see the rest of this team. Defense is very thin. Okay, but don't worry, it's very thin. But so is mine. Okay, so don't panic yet. Okay, just calm it down. Sick dog is a risk, but could be a risk worth taking. The rest here, you got Shizzles as the gun. So if we're going to best of the best, Shizzles is definitely there, and you've got to bring in Sicily because you think he's best of the best. Okay, that's the only reason you got him. Now, midfield, 1, 2, 3 guns in there. Okay, and we've got Peatling. We've also got Parker in there. Okay, now Parker we can move to forward. Actually, I would move Parker to the forward line. Okay, the reason for this, then I'll move Keko into the midfield, which then brings Tassatsis or O'Sullivan or Ashcroft into that midfield. So instead of having one of these three on the bench, switch Parker with Keko and have one of these three on field as well. Okay, that's what I would do. And you've taken a massive gamble for Curnow. Okay, it's another spud there. Okay, but Curnow has an awesome draw, so Curnow could go nuts. This is a gamble. Okay, now you're gambling. Okay, now you're gambling for this top 10 spot. Now you're getting greedy guts. Okay, that's what's happening. Now I don't mind it. I don't mind the gamble. I can't do it. I'm too scared. Okay, to do this gamble. I think in round 1, you need to go a bit more solid. Okay, if you can, instead of Curnow there, I would put Chera there at the same price. Okay, and at least with Chera, you know you're going to get consistency. With Curnow, you don't know what you're going to get. Okay, so I'll swap the Curnow with Chera. I'm going to give you a top 1K finish. Okay, it's a very solid team. Like you said, it needs a few tweaks. And it's pretty much Parker into the forward line, okay, and one of these boys on the bench over here, and then possibly Curnow. But it's a very solid team, young man. You've done a good job. Now, we go to Joel Martin's team. Now, if you don't know who Joel Martin is, last year he was actually at one stage in the top 10, okay? Now, I should be asking him for some advice. So, Joel Martin, it's not Dustin Martin, but it's could be related, we don't know, but is a gun. Okay, now let's open. Now he's put this into two little segments here, so let's have a look now. in regards to the bench, okay, now Huswaite, Al Habibi, okay, we're not sure if they're going to play, so need to be replaced, I think, both of them. I don't think Huswaite's going to play. If he does play, massive bonus for all of us, but I doubt it. Let's have a look at the other bench, okay, we're going to open up both windows, and you got Stone and Hewitt, which is good, okay, now, Curtin needs to go, because he's going to play forward. I heard that on the podcasts from the Phantom that Curtin apparently playing forward, so he's not good. Okay, we thought he was going to play defense, but he's not. As you know, the news of Darcy, so this came in afterwards, so Darcy's out now, but you replace that. There's no problems. The horny man's there, so the forward line's good. Okay, let's go now out of the forward line. Okay, let's go into the rest of it. Now, a very strong looking defense. Midfield, very strong, and you're very deep, all the way down to Oliver. Okay, I like this. Okay, now you've taken a few risks. Okay, I don't mind it. You've gone for Richards and Newcomb. I like. Okay, you've gone for Parrish. Maybe swap him now because he's injured. Okay, he's not playing, injured again. So don't even start him. Too dangerous now. Even I started him, but he can't. But it's a very solid team. Now this team, because you've done this for me. You've gone for high scoring mid prices. You've done all this work here. Okay, all this is here. A good engine, everything's good. You've got a top 10 possibility again this year. Another chance at a top 10. Okay. Unfortunately, you didn't finish strong last year, but you killed it. Okay, that's the main thing. You gave it a crack, and you're going to give it another crack this year. We now go to Jordy Doully. Okay, now Jordy Doully. Now I love this name. Okay, now it says here it will probably change a million more times before round one, but here it is, just coming down. He says. Now let's have a look at this team from Jordy Doully. Okay, now we're gonna open this in a new window and have a look. And the cheat sheet's out again. Okay, now cash wise, it's there. We're happy. The cash is you're making cash. Okay, we're very happy with the cash making. Spuds. How many on field do we have? Just a Flynn. Just one spud. Okay, and keep a big eye on him. You've gone very deep with your midfield, very strong. Okay, the team is solid. It's a very solid, powerful team. I'm giving you a top 1K because you're very solid. You're not going to bust. This team won't bust unless Flynn lets you down. Okay, but this is a good team. If you had a few more risks in here, maybe a few more mid prices, I would have given you a top 10 or bust. Okay, you're very close, but you're going to go for a top 1K. Solid year for you coming up this year, young man. We now go to Skits Fitz team. Okay, now Skits Fitz is a very fine young man. Okay, I've actually watched his YouTube channel. Now, you probably didn't know he had a YouTube channel. I'm going to show it to you. Okay, now I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to show you Skits Fitz. It's over here, and he's got 39 subscribers. I've subscribed. I'm one of them. Okay, now I would love it if you can subscribe as well. He puts on a great podcast. Okay, I've seen it. He's an awesome young. Talks beautifully. A very smooth customer. Is young Skits Fitz, and please do subscribe to this channel, and it'll make his day. Okay, because I know when I was starting out, and I saw 39 subs. And when that 39 went to 40, I was over the moon, okay? And when the 40 went to 41, I was even happier because you count every single sub when you start out. So I know how it is. I've been there. I'm still counting them now. Just coming down. So, Skits Fitz, okay, please do sub to him. And you'll enjoy his podcast. It's very entertaining. Now, let's go over now to his team. Okay, now, let's have a look. What has he done? What happened here? Okay, where did your team go? Okay, it's over here. No. Okay, let's go back in here again. Let's enlarge this. Open a new image. Okay. Now magnify it. Okay, we're going to unmagnify it. Actually, magnify it again. Now, we're looking for rookies that are not playing. Okay, and I see a few of them already. Okay, so the cash making is not there. Okay, I see Huswaite, Gross. I don't even know who Gross is. Okay, so I don't know if he's playing or not. If he is playing, then it's news to me because it's a bonus. I'll get him myself. Huswaite, I don't think he's loved at Hawthorn. He was either sub or never plays. Poor young man. And Erasmus, you need to find some cash on the bench. Okay, so notes here: cash making. You need to find more cash. Now this is going to affect your team. Okay, now because you've gone with some big boys here, Nevitz, Allen, and Smith. Okay, they're all over here. You got a massive ruck line. Okay, Gorn, Sherry, the Conning. You've splashed the cash over here, but you've done nothing for making cash. So this is a very, very solid team. Okay, now you got Sheasels, Whitfield, Sinclair. Solid, absolute solid team. Okay, this is a team to get this cash over here. Okay, you may need to get rid of one of these two and maybe downgrade to who's left. Well, you can get English or you can get maybe the Nank or somebody, but one of these two have to go to get more cash over here, or you have to find them for somewhere else. But this is a top 1K team. It's a jet gun team. Okay, love it. Okay, let's move on to our next one. We now go over to the Shelly Bean. Okay, the Shelly Bean team. Then he says here, just give me the 50K now. And he says, just come down. Okay, we shouldn't even be playing. Just give him the money now. Okay, I think he's won everything. Now, let's have a look at his team, the young man. I like the confidence in this young man. Now, opening a new window. I'm going to find out how good this team is. Is a 50K coming his way? Let's have a look now. Okay, cash making. Okay, now. The bench is solid. Just Al Hawley has to go. You got to find cash to replace him, and the rest is good. Maybe Erasmus, we're not sure, but I'm glad that you put Boyd there. Very happy with this. Now, we're looking for spuds, and spuds wise, you've avoided all the spuds. I think there are no spuds in this team. We do need to replace Darcy though, but I think you know that already, and you're very strong here. Looking at your structure, your team, you don't have the high-scoring mid-prices. That's the only thing you're missing. I know you got Coleman. I know you got Mills. Okay, but so does everybody else. Okay, I know you got Oliver, but you do have Ashcroft. Okay, so that's a bonus. Actually, you do have Richards. This team is very strong. Actually, a very powerful team. It has potential to get that 50K. I think this is maybe not the exact team, but maybe you're on the right track. Okay, this is either gonna be this team won't bust, so don't have the bust section. Okay, this is a top 10 team towards a top 1K team. So you're borderline around here. I think you nearly got it. Okay, the recipe is nearly there. Just missing something, but I don't know what it is. Okay, but missing one thing. Okay, just come it down. We now go over to Dash Mello, and he's put up his team, and he's very excited, okay, and he says here, just come down, okay, he's very excited. So we're going to have a look at this team, and let's find if we can find any faults in it. Is this team the Ferrari we're looking for? Now, I've enlarged it here, and I've already found some problems, okay, just as I look at here, I see something wrong, okay, let me share it with you now. It's here, okay, cash making, okay. Now, Will Hayes, I don't know if he's going to play. Now, if he is going to play, it's a good pick. And Cochrane, okay, I don't know if he's going to play. And the problem is, and we got, I don't even know how to pronounce this, okay, it's Ura Henry, okay, now, he has to go, okay, he's not playing, okay, now, you're going to have to replace him with possibly... who can you replace it with? The Freo boy, okay, Reedy, okay, is 132K, something like that. Ura Henry has to go, okay. You do not want any players here that are not playing. Everyone has to play in round one, all right. Now, because I would have said Boyd, but you got Boyd at flex. I like this. Okay, it's different. So you're gonna gamble. You're gonna take a risk. So he has to go. These two have to also go. You got no cash to replace them. So what I would recommend is where you're gonna find the cash from. Let me find it. Let me find the cash for you somewhere. Maybe from Gulden. Okay, maybe take out Gulden. Drop him down. Who can you drop him down? Maybe drop him down to a Will Day. Okay, that will give you 90k. With that 90k, use it towards Hayes, Cochrane, and Ura Henry. Okay, use it towards there. So Gulden has to go. Okay, because Gulden also is very unpredictable with his scoring. That's what I would do. Plus, he's got 2 bye rounds. Okay, if you really want Gulden, get him after his bye round. Do a swap. Besides that, cash making is a problem, but we just fixed it for you, so it's not a problem anymore. So next up, let's look at your defense, and we're looking for the best of the best, okay? Do you have them? Well, we've got Clark here again, another one with Clark. Everyone's got Clark. I've missed the memo. I don't know what's happened. Everyone's got Clark. So Clark at 560k, is he a top 8 or top 6? That's a question you need to ask, okay? Maybe he's a placeholder for now, get you those 100 points, and just sideways trade him later on. So that could work, all right? So there's no problem, okay, with Clark. Now, Richards, I've got him as well, and the same thing with Clark. Is he a top 8? We don't know, but he's going to score us a lot of points, so that's why we got him. You got Chera and Pete Ling, you got Nank the Tank, you got the Conning. This team, okay, let me tell you something. If you can fix this up here, okay, fix all this up here, replace Gulden with Will Day, only because Will Day's 490k, he'll give you cash. I'm going to give you a top 10 or bust, okay? Do that for me, and I'll do that for you. If you don't do this, I'm going to give you over a top 1k finish, because you're going to have no money. Okay, you're going to be broke, okay? You're going to be on the streets, no house, nothing. Okay, you're going to have nothing, just coming down. We now move over to James Matah, his team, and he says here, Darcy comes in for green or TDK if he plays in round 1. So we're going to find out. So let's open up Dutz's team. And, well, Darcy is not going to play in round 1, so that won't be happening. Now, we're going to enlarge it. We're looking for cash on the rookie department. Okay, how much cash are we making here? Hall's a problem, we don't know. Sims is a problem. And there's Sims has to go, okay? You can replace Sims. You can't do it with Boyd, so you're going to have to do it with the Freo boy, Reedy, okay? 132k. You've got to find 20k to replace Sims, because I don't think Sims is playing round 1. Sims Pro won't play until mid-season, maybe. Now, we're not sure if Hall's going to play either, so you're going to have to find me some cash somehow, somewhere, okay? Find cash for me. Now, spuds. Where are your spuds? Let's find these spuds now. And I can't see any, okay? The team is very solid. There are no spuds. And what I like about your team is you've gone different, okay? You've gone Rankin. You've gone Flex, Boyd, okay? This team is solid. At the same time, it's risky, okay? And that's what I love about this team, okay? Because of the fact that it's solid and risky, it's definitely falls under this top 10 or bust category. And this is either going to go massive, all right, or it's going to bust. But I love that risk. So I'm going to give you a top 10 or bust here, man. Okay, it's a great job. Now, we go to my boy here, Bort, 38. Okay, now, still a young man. He's only 38 years old. So now, let's have a look at his team. Now, we're going to open a new tab. Going to enlarge it. And we're looking at the rookies now. We're going to make sure all the rookies are playing. And I see some problems before I even started. Okay, now, maybe Bryce does play, okay? But I'm not sure about Marshall. I can almost guarantee you that Marshall's not playing. And I think you put him there deliberately for a loop, but maybe not. You're going to have to replace Shanahan and Marshall, okay? These two are not going to play. I'll be shocked if any of these two play. And you got to find me cash to do it, because you don't have the cash. So where are you going to find the cash from? I also don't think that Al Howley's going to play, but finding cash here is easy. Finding cash here is hard. Okay, so you need to find about 30 or 40k extra for me. McKercher, is a risk. Okay, big risk. Rosie is good value, 529k. Could also be a risk, but could also be good value. Took Miller could be a risk or good value. I like that you've gone different. Okay, pods everywhere. Took Miller also has 2 buy rounds. Maybe get Took Miller later on as a trade-in target. Okay, the risk is too high because you've got 2 risk players here. I like the Rankin pick. Matt Kennedy is another risk. Okay, very risky young man you are. Now Matt Kennedy, I would swap him. Okay, because we've still got the better factor. Okay, and I would swap him and bring in the other young boy, KFC. Okay, that gives you a lot of cash. Okay, Kennedy to KFC gives you so much cash, and then with that cash, you can then either upgrade Flynn. Okay, do something with Flynn because I think he falls in the spuds department. Okay, a lot of people have Flynn. Okay, a lot of people speak highly of Flynn, but I don't. Okay, so I'm very scared of him. So I would definitely remove Kennedy from there. Okay, only because he's not cheap. Okay, he's going to be put in various roles. Bevo factor. It's less risky if you put in Sanders because it's a lot cheaper. Okay, and so the more higher the risk, the more you spend and it's still risky. It's very dangerous. Now I'm giving your team, okay, because it's unique. All right, I'm gonna make it a top 10 or bust because the uniqueness of it. Okay, however, it's more likely. It's got the dangers of busting because of some of the players that you've picked with Flynn and Darcy. Well, Darcy's not playing anyway, so you got to remove him as well. But Kennedy and Flynn, possibly Took Miller as well. Unless Took Miller goes nuts, you could go top 10. Okay, so it's one of these things, top 10 or bust your team. Okay, so it's very different, and I give you credit for that. Okay, especially McKercher as well. Very different team. We now move over to this young man over here, Magnus Sherlock. Okay, another legend. Okay, now with Magnus, let's have a look at his team. Okay, Magnus's team. Let's enlarge this. Now we're looking for cash, and Magnus has got lots of cash. Okay, he's going to make cash. We're going to remove Sims from here. Okay, and we're going to bring in Reedy from Frio. Okay, so make sure Reedy comes in here because you're playing Boyd. You want to have at least 2 players that possibly are playing because Darcy's not playing. So Reedy and Boyd here. I like the Boyd risk. I like the risk factor. Okay, now Darcy not playing. Who can you replace him with? Well, you got English if he plays. We don't know if he's playing. You've got Nank the Tank. No one's got him. Okay, you got who else? You got TDK. So you got a few options. So at roughly the same price, a bit more, but needs to go. Now, spuds. Do you have any spuds in your team? And I can't see any. Okay. It's a well thought out team, well taught out. You don't have the Carlton boy, Smith. Okay, now that's interesting. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's interesting. Okay, because there are no guarantees of these high-priced rookies. They don't have to. They don't all go good. Okay, but they're saying that Smith is a gun, so maybe you should get him. And I've heard in Carlton at training, the actual officials are saying that he's a gun. Okay, they're actually liking what they're seeing. So I think you're going to need Smith, although I could be wrong. Now, Rivers is a risk, but high reward. Okay, massive reward with Rivers if it comes off. I like the Chera pick. I like the Pitling pick. I like the Boyd risk over here. Your team is one of these teams. It's another top 10 or bust team. Okay, because your team's the engine. Okay, it's growling. Okay, it's humming. It's very silent, growling. Actually, no, it's noisy. Okay, it's revving. It's very nice. Okay, it sounds loud. So I like it. Okay, I like this team. Now we go to Courtney Sheriff. Now he says here that he's not smart enough to fit all the players in the same screenshot, but he's done something very nice for me. He's actually done it like this, so I'm very happy. Thank you, young man. Now, Let's have a look at this team. He says he can't calm it down also. So let's have a look at this team. Let's put in a new window. Okay, I like the way he's done all this. Okay, it's very pretty. It's got the pink colour. Very pretty. It's got the star there. It's a very nice. Okay, now we're going to enlarge this team. Okay, it goes massive. Now, what we're looking for is cash making. Do we have cash? And the answer is yes. Okay, now I'm confused how this looks, but yes, cash making is there. Okay, tick for cash making. Spuds. How many spuds can we find? Let's have a look for spuds now. Well, I can't see any spuds. Okay, we do have one risk here. Okay, and it's coming. Only risk is because you're paying 287k for him. He needs to go roughly. You want him between 85 and 90, more towards a 90-ish. Okay, so if Cummins can go 90, this is a massive pull for you. Okay, you've done good. I like your defense. Okay, now this team, I'm gonna give it. Let me. I'm just thinking. I've got the hiccups. Okay, I'm just thinking. Remove Curtin as well. Okay, Curtin's going to play in the forward line. Is a no good. Okay, and even though you have a star next to him, we have to remove the star and put a cross there. So I'm going to give this team a top 10 or a bust. I actually like this team. Okay, it looks very nice. You've done the high scoring mid prices. You've done all that. You got the Cherrers, you got the Peatlings, you got the Cummings. You got the Will Days. I like this team. Okay, it's a top 10 or bust for sure for me, this team. Now we go to Ash Aiden. Now, unfortunately for Ash, he's very poor. Okay, now he says here that he can't afford doors, okay, wheels or an engine. He says just come down. Okay, he can't afford nothing. Okay, now he's got a Volkswagen. Okay, now let's have a look at his Volkswagen here. We're gonna open it up. Okay, let's get out our sheets. The poor man. Okay. Now, he's not lying when he says all this because we've got Huswaite, okay, we've got Al Howley, we've got M. Hall. He's very poor. Now, this has to change, okay? We don't even know if Reed's going to play. We need to find you some cash, okay? And that's not robbing banks. We've got to find cash somehow, and we're gonna get this cash from. Let's see it now. You don't have any spuds, which is a good thing. You taught out your team very very solidly. However, I have a feeling, okay, or feeling, that you may have to remove Neil, okay, and maybe put him down to a Chera. That gives you 200k. That's where your cash is. You spent it all. Just come it down. You gone greedy guts with the high-priced players. So. You've done Neil as a Jet, has an awesome draw, has 2 buy rounds, okay? Pick him up a bit later on, okay? No one's starting him. You're not going to lose anything without Neil because no one has him, okay? You need to boost here up because here is a problem. So it's no money is no honey, okay, as they say. So because there's no cash, you're gonna collapse. This is a disaster waiting to happen because there's no cash here. So something has to change. You have to give to take. Okay, you can't just take and not give. Okay, so someone has to go, and I think it's going to be Neil because he's got the 2 buy rounds. The rest looks solid. So I'm going to give you a top 1k finish if you can fix this up for me. Okay, fix all this up, and your team is cooking with gas. Just come down. Now we go to my boy here, MXD Gets, okay? That's, I think, how you pronounce it. Okay, I'm not sure because it's a very confusion for me. Now, let's open up his... he says he's not sure which rucks to go with, but unfortunately, we know that Darcy's out now, so Darcy has to go. So maybe put in Nank the Tank there, okay? Now, it's big enough. We don't have to open this a new window. But what we are looking for now is some cash, okay? Now, in our cash departments... we're not sure about these 2 here. You need to actually find me some more cash now. I don't know how much you got left, but something wrong here, okay? You need to find about 30k or 40k more, plus another 60k more. You need to find another 100k for me to upgrade these 3, okay? Now, how are you going to do this? Where's the cash going to come from? Well, it's not going to come from defense because you got your defense is solid, so you can't remove anyone out of here. maybe where can you get it from? Okay, your team is solid. Okay, it's very good. It's a top 1K team, 100%. Okay, just here is a problem. And Darcy, because of the fact that we can't afford it, so you find me 100K cash. Fix these two, plus this one here. Okay, these three now. I'm giving you a top 1K finish. Okay, I think this team is solid. It's gonna fly. It could even go to a top 10 or bust. Depends how good the engine's gonna be. Your engine's nearly there. You're missing some screws here. Okay, find me those screws, and we'll talk later on. Just coming down. Now we go to Josh Clissold, his team. Now let's have a look at this team now. Gonna open this up in a new window, new tab. Let's enlarge it. Okay. Now what we're looking for is some cash. Okay. Cash is king. Do we have cash? We do. Okay. Cash is not a problem here. You've done actually very good with your cash. Very happy with that. Spuds. Okay, do we have any spuds? We maybe have one, maybe. Okay, 220K Maric. Okay, now we know he's playing in defense. Okay, he has a good role. But there are players playing in defense that are 119K that have a similar role. Okay, Josh Sin at 229K. Now, I'm not saying these are wrong picks. I'm just saying these are risks, okay? Because they need to go at 80 for you to make 170K, so maybe about 75. So the margin is harder to get now, or the average. So you need Sin and Maric here to go at least at 75 to 80, okay? If it doesn't happen, even Silvani, okay? Now you got three of them. Three of them is a risk, okay? It's very risky of three of them. Although it's solid, I wouldn't go for three of them. Keep going down. See, by going for three of these, what's happened is you can't get a player like Peatling, for example. You can't afford him because the money's gone here. If you can turn one of these players into a Peatling, then this team starts going into this top 1K area. Okay, I'm just a bit worried about this. So I'm still going to give you a top 1K finish, but you're sort of borderline. You could fall off a bit, okay, because you're going to lose a lot of points in the midfield. You got 4 rookies playing there, and Maric could score potentially as poorly as these rookies, okay? They might go 70, 80. It's a problem, I think. Now, we will go to my boy here, Matthew English, okay? He's a beautiful young man, okay? Now, Matthew is a legend, okay? Now, I'm going to open up the tab here. Just coming onto Twitter and just seeing Matthew's name there makes me happy, okay? And that makes me smile. Now, let's have a look at his team now. Cash could be a problem, okay? Because we've got cheapos here. He's become a tight ass now. He's like me, okay? So these two is a problem. You got to find another 30 or 40K and lift these two up, because there's not many mid prices midfielders priced at this range. Okay, most of them are expensive. You virtually have to average 150K here. You can get the cash from Kako. Maybe even put Kako over here and remove one of these two. So that could work. Now, looking for spuds. And you don't have many spuds. You actually don't have any spuds, okay? Now, I've noticed that you spent the cash on Sin, okay? Maybe take the cash off Sin, okay? And invest it over here. If you don't use it off Sin, who else can you get it from? Let's have a look. Because green, I like the fact you've gone green and Sarong difference. Okay, I like this. You've gone for a pods. It's a good thing. Now, your team has the potential for one of these top 10 finishes, okay? You're not going to bust, all right? You will bust if you don't fix this up, okay? So this is vital. So they'll bust you. But I'm giving you a top 1K finish, all right? But I need this finished. I need this fixed, okay? ASAP, okay? ASAP has to fix. Now, let's move on to our next team. We now go to Vince. Now, Vince has also got his phone number up here. It's if you want to call him, it's 378-98803. That's Vince. Okay, now let's click on Vince's team. Open the image in a new window. We've done that over here. Make it larger. Okay, now we're looking for cash. Now, Vince also has a problem here. He has a cheap bench, and there's not enough money to upgrade it, okay, to better rookies. So we've got to find you cash somewhere, Vince, and Constanti, okay. We don't even know if he's going to play, so he needs to move. You could probably get the cash from here, Lynch and Pal Pepper. Make them cheaper, then increase the cash on these guys. Okay, that's what I would do. Now, spuds. Do you have any spuds now? Let's have a look. You don't have spuds. You have Flanders, who seems to be injured. So, and you spend a lot of cash on him. So that's probably where you can get some cash as well. Maybe a 40, 50k from Flanders. He has to go. Okay, injured. The sick dog. I like this move because it's a risk, and I like risks. Coleman pick, if he plays, he's going to be a jet. So I like this one too. Now, the midfield is strong. The ruck line is powerful. You got Nick Dacos as well. Oh my God! Okay, where does it come from? Now this team is solid. This team, okay, is going to be a top 10 or bust. Okay, however, it'll bust big time. All right, it'll bust big time if you don't fix this. 1, 2, possibly 3. You need to fix them. Every rookie has to play round 1. Must, okay? If they don't play round 1, it's season over already before it starts. So fix this up, and the bus will go maybe a possible top 10, definite top 1K finish for you, young man. Now we go to my boy here, Woodsy. Now Woodsy is a jet when it comes to picking captains. Last year he was averaging 150 at one stage. So if you want any tips on captain, Woodsy is the man. Unfortunately with us, he didn't give me his tips on time. I couldn't put him in. So hopefully this year Woodsy can give me some tips on time. Now let's have a look at his team now. And what we're looking for are rookies that are playing. Okay. Now if League doesn't play, we'll have enough cash to replace him. Not a problem. Hall, we're not sure about, and the rest looks good. Okay, you can even put Hewitt where Hall is, and then find somebody that is playing. So maybe we've got enough cash. Now, who's this young man from Carlton? I can't even read it. Okay, my eyes can't see it. But whoever it is, he's not playing. So you got to find me these rookies. Okay, 1, 2 rookies that have to play. Okay, and you got to find the cash. Now, the rest of the team. Defense, very solid. Okay, it's just a solid defense. The midfield, guns everywhere. Okay, this is what you call a very solid team. You also got Newcomb here. Okay, extremely solid team. I actually love this team now. For this team, I'm gonna give it, because there's not much risk in it. Okay. It's never going to bust, this team, okay? It's going to finish in a top 1K. It's a strong, solid team, okay? Full of guns. Now, we have an agent here, Rupink 06, okay? Instead of 007, it's Rupink 06. Now, Rupink 06 has shown me his team. Now, let's have a look at this team. I'm going to enlarge it a bit now, okay? We're looking for players on the bench that are going to play. And we're having a problem lately, okay? Robertson, sub-risk, okay? Erasmus may not play. Gross may not play. Okay, I've never even heard of him, okay? So you already got 3 risks here. And that's about it. Now, these 3 need replacing. And to replace these 3, you probably need about 100k, okay? It's not cheap because midfield this year, there are no cheap midfielders, cheap midfield rookies. So where are you going to find 100k from is the question now. And that's a good question, okay? I can't say who your flex is, okay? I'm not sure, but you've allowed good... Your forward line is strong. Ruck line, very strong, okay? The Conning with a question mark on him. It's a very solid team. Okay, now I'm going to give this team a top 1k finish, okay? But this team will bust if you don't fix this up, okay? This has to be fixed. You got to find me 100k. To get this 100k, I got rid of the bond, all right? I had to make a sacrifice, okay? Sometimes you need to make sacrifices, and I'm not saying get rid of the bond. I'm just saying what I did, okay? But you have to find me 100k to replace these three. Now we go to Alex's team, and this is it's something like magnificent, but it's Chadnificent. Okay, this is a Chadnificent team, and that's what it's called, the Chadnificents. Okay, now let's have a look at the Chadnificents. Now, cash-wise, we have a problem with El Habibi. Okay, we may not find. We've got to find some cash to add on top of him, maybe. Okay, and we can get that cash from Curtin, because Curtin is a no good. He's going to play forward, so get a rookie here, okay, and just find me the cash and increase El Habibi's price and get me somebody else. Now, spuds. Do we have any spuds? And I don't see any. Now, you've also got to find cash for Darcy. You got to upgrade him. Possibly TDK. Maybe English, or maybe the Nank. Somebody has to come here. Your midfield is strong. Defense solid. Okay, everything is looking so good so far. The forward line is solid. Now I'm gonna give you a top 1k finish. Okay, I think this team is very good. Okay, it's magnificent. Okay, or Chadnificent. Now, just all you got to do is a couple of changes, nothing big. Okay, and very strong, solid teams. Done a good job, young man. Now we go to Harvey Sutherland, another legend on Twitter. Now let's have a look at Harvey's team. Now let's enlarge this, make it bigger. Okay, that's made it too big. The bench. Okay, it's very important. The bench is the most important thing. Okay, now we can remove Curtin, get this cash, and put it on top of Erasmus, because we're not sure if he's going to play. But besides that, I think the bench is solid. But Curtin is going to play forward, so I think he's a no good. You could even put the young Port Adelaide boy here, 140k, and pop him over here. Now let's have a look at any spuds. Can we detect any? I like the Dacos pick, and the Merit pick. This is a good team because it's different. Okay. It's a very solid team, and your flex is Ashcroft, okay? This team is solid as it's a rock, okay? It's a top 1k finish, okay? The polish, you just got to polish the wheels a little bit, but it looks very good, okay? I'm very happy with this team. It can be a top 10 team, has potential, so this team is a gun team. I've noticed that you don't have Butters, but you've gone different, so I don't mind that, because you don't want to be the same. So you've done good, okay? But I've got Butters, I can't change him. Now we go to my boy here, Peter Wern. Now Peter says here that this team could crash and burn fast. Okay, we're gonna find out what's gonna happen, because I think my team is one of those teams. So let's see what Peter's team's gonna do. Now Peter last year had a massive year as well in the top 100. He was killing it. Now, Peter's had a good season all round with Supercoach. Even his BBL team was going nuts. Now, let's bring out our little thing here. We're looking for rookies that are playing, and Leslie. That's Leek. Okay, my I can't see. I'm not sure. I need glasses. Now, Leek is going to play, we think, so we'll keep him there. We're not sure about Erasmus. It's easy to change. The team is solid on the bench, okay? So you got the drift. You understand the bench, and I'm happy. Now, Flanders injured, okay? So remove Flanders. Plus he has double bye, okay? Let's replace him, okay? Now, Schoenmaker is a big risk, massive risk. Risk versus reward, but I haven't seen Schoenmaker score 100 yet. The the potential's there, but we need to see it. So that's risky. The rest, Shield is another risk. Okay, massive reward if it pays off, paying off half back. Okay, so we're going to find out with Shield. Chera probably a safer bet, safer option, but Shield maybe more rewarding if it works out. Now I'm going to give this team a top 1K finish as well. Okay, if these players go nuts, Shonemaker and Shield, because they're pods, and if they go nuts, then we can start talking about top 10K, okay? However, at the moment, I would put Sinclair into defence with Flanders' cash, probably bring in somebody else, maybe the Butterman, okay? And that will work. But looking at a top 1K for me at the moment, okay? But the team is very solid. I'm just worried about Shield, okay, and Showmaker. That's the only thing. Otherwise, it's going to be a top 10 or bust, okay? It's one of those teams. We now go to JT's team, and he says here, hey, legend, good luck for the year, and I appreciate that, and good luck to you, young man. Now, let's open up his team. Let's open this in a new window so I can see it bigger, because my eyesight's not that good. Now, on the bench, we have a problem. We're not sure if these players are going to be playing. Chances are very, very unlikely. Also, Shanahan, Erasmus, 4 of these probably have to go, okay? And you need to find cash to replace them because you don't have enough cash. You need to find 100K minimum, okay, to replace these players. We're going to find that cash. Let's have a look. Defense is solid, okay? The reason your team is so solid is because of this bench, okay? You've splashed the cash somewhere else. I love the team, okay? The team is awesome. Maybe grab some cash off Lynch, maybe, and Curtin, okay? Maybe go cheaper here, and then build up here. That's what I would. This team is solid. This team has potential. It's definitely a top 1K team. Okay, a very solid team. It has potential to be a top 10, but it won't bust. It will bust if you don't fix here and there. But I love this team. I'd say a top 1K for sure. We now go to Jordy Williams' team. Now let's have a look at this team. Now let's put this open up in a new tab, and make it bigger. Now, rookies, we're having the same problem with a lot of teams right now. We haven't spent enough cash on the bench, so to replace these, you don't have enough money. Okay, so you need to find money somewhere. Maybe you can get it via Lynch, okay, and Marriage. Actually, if you get it via Marriage, you can build a much better team. So use Marriage, okay, and then this team, I'll tell you now, it looks really good. The only thing is the spud detector has found one, and that's short. Okay, I'm not sure on short. Possibly drop him to Kitty Coleman. Okay, short. They're probably going to score the same, and you save 200K or 150K or whatever it is. With that cash, build up the midfield here. Okay, make it solid. So you got cash flowing. You need the cash. Okay. And once you've done that, this team has the potential for this. Okay, top 10 or bust. I don't mind this team. Actually, I like this team a lot. We now go over to Kotzi's team. Now his team is all in black. Okay, now is everything is different here. And I'm gonna open this in a new window and make it bigger. Oh, it's already bigger. Now, the bench, same problem for a lot of teams. A lot of players that may not play, they need to be moved out, okay? And you got to find cash. Where's your cash coming from to replace these players? Well, it's not going to come from the forward line, okay? It's not going to come from the ruck department, which I really like, okay? The midfield's solid, okay? You've built a solid team, okay? Your defense looks like mine, okay? It's near identical to mine, okay? Actually, it's the same thing nearly. But you have a problem with the bench. You have to give to take. This team is a top 10 or bust team. Okay, it's the engine is really good, but the problem is it doesn't have the cash. Okay, over here it's lacking. So find me the cash, get rid of these two, and then we can talk a top 10 or bust. Okay, but you will bust if you don't fix this up. It has to be fixed. But the rest of it's amazing. Okay, it looks really good. I'm very happy with it. We now go to Bigard 80, okay? I think it could be a Tiger 1980 Premiership. Is that a possibility? Okay, or he was born in 80. We'll find out. Or he was born when Richmond were Premiers. Anyway, 80 was a good year. Now, let's have a look at this team. And we have the same problem we have with a lot of teams, is that the cash making is not there, okay? We have rookies that are not going to play. And you got to find me cash here. Maybe grab the cash from Guthrie. Okay, let's get Guthrie out of there. Okay, let's reduce him down to a 200k rookie. Okay, and add some value into these two, and this team. Okay, I'll tell you now. This team is ready to rock. Okay, this team is a team that I would build. Okay, this is a top 10 or bust team, but I'll just strengthen this midfield. I like this team a lot. Okay, and it's the engine. It's there, okay? Everything is there. Newcomb is a risk, but a massive reward for him. This team is a magnificent, okay? But until this is fixed, and Guthrie could be the answer. We now come over to Mitch, or Mitchell's team now. Now let's have a look at Mitchell's team, and cash making wise, it's not too bad, okay? You have enough cash on the bench to cover the missing players. So that's a good thing now, okay? We're happy. Now, defense-wise, you've taken a risk with the sick dog. It could pay big rewards, okay? We're happy with that. Midfield, it's solid, okay? A few risks, very solid midfield. Ruck line, very solid. I love the boy pick in the flex department. I don't like Sims here, okay? Get me... Reedy over here. You're making me very happy. Okay, get me Reedy here. Find me some cash. The rest, I like it. Okay, maybe the cash has to come from Lynch. Okay, and maybe for Reedy, I don't know. Maybe you got cash, but this team has got a lot of power, a lot of strength. I'm gonna give it. Okay, let's get over here. This is a top 10 or bust. This is another one, another solid team that has high-scoring mid-prices, high-scoring rookies, has the whole lot. A good engine, everything is good, best of the best. It's all there, okay? No spuds, everything is perfect in this team. It's actually one of the best ones I've seen. Okay, let's move on. Now, this is my boy here, Northerner, but he's in the south, okay? Comes from north, but lives in the south, okay? That's not a problem, okay? He's just misplaced, okay? Now, let's open up a new tab here. Let's make it bigger. And what we're looking for, we can't find right now because we're looking for cash making and we don't have it, okay? You need to find money, okay? You got two players here. Chances are they're not going to play, okay? Hall and Moraes, okay? Need to go out. You need to find me at least 50k to 60k here. We're going to find that money from. Let's have a look. The defense is solid. Midfield, solid, okay? You could probably find the money from Raul, unless you want to start Raul, okay? Raul to Chera is a gamble, okay? But starting Raul is also a gamble because the coach said he's going to play in the... might spend some time in the forward line this year, so he may not score as much as he did last year. So that cash from Raul, you can use over here. Then this team will start rocking because the ruck line is solid. Your forward line is solid. Curtin is going to play forward this year, so maybe not start Curtin. We'll watch him close. I'm giving you a top 1k finish, okay? It's a good team, very solid. Just need to fix up the cash making department. If you can do a couple of tweaks to it, it can even be something like this, okay? It's very close, but at the moment, I'm giving you a top 1k. We now go to my boy here, Farah. Is a beautiful young man, Farah. Now, his son worked together with my daughter. Okay, now, it's a small world. I didn't know until we started chatting. So we have a few things in common now. Now, let's have a look at Farah's team now. Let's have a look how his team is going. He's also a gun poker player, from what I've been hearing. Now, let's open this in a new window. Okay, we've enlarged it. Now, with this team, what we're looking for is rookies that are playing, and Fahri's got the mail. He's done it all, okay? The rookies are all there, okay? We think that El Howley may not play, so El Habibi, you got to keep an eye on him, and you might need to replace him. Our defense is solid, best of the best. We got here Clark, not sure, okay? He could be a top 10, which is close to best of the best, so still okay. Roberts, I've done his review, okay? Now, you wouldn't have seen this when you put the team up, but I didn't like the Roberts review, to be honest. It's very risky. I would remove Roberts. He make me very scared, okay? Make me very frightened of him. So, if you can remove Roberts, use this cash. Where can you put it? Okay, let's have a look. Well, what you can do, okay, because we've got a spud detector here, okay, and the spud we found one, Flynn. If you can downgrade Roberts, okay, downgrade Roberts to maybe who can we downgrade him to? It's cheap, okay, maybe Kitty Coleman, for example. With that cash, put it on top of Flynn, it still won't be enough, okay? So you have to virtually downgrade Roberts to a rookie and get Flynn up to something very strong, okay? Make him a good ruckman. Then we're talking, okay? Then we're talking business. Then we're looking good. Now, Riley Philthorpe, okay? Now, I'm not sure about Riley Philthorpe, okay? I would take him out because his position is forward line. He may score hundreds in some games, but could go 50s in others. It's very unpredictable position, very risky, high risk, which then puts you in this category top 10 or bust. Okay, because all these are high risk. Philthorpe, Flynn, and Roberts. If they go off, you go off. Okay, you fly top 10. If they bust, you bust. Okay, so it's one of these things now. If you want to be a more solid team, I would just look at replacing Roberts, Philthorpe to maybe KFC Sanders, okay, from the Dogs. Okay, maybe go for him, and that's what I would do. But at the moment, your team is one of these teams. It's either going to go top 10 or it's going to bust, okay? It's a very danger, this team right now. Now, we go to Billy John, 54, okay? Now, Billy John, what has he done? Let's have a look. Let's open this in a new tab. Let's enlarge this. Now, cash-wise, the only question mark is El Habibi. Okay, that's about it. So it's not too bad. Guns-wise, we got guns. Another Clark customer. Okay, we got Newcomb, Richards. I like the pods. We got Peatling. It's very solid. Okay, it's a very solid team. And then we got Flynn. Okay, now everything changes when we got Flynn. I'm not sure about Flynn. Okay, watch him in the preseason. If you not like, okay, you're gonna have to either upgrade Flynn to an expensive player, maybe downgrade somebody here, or you get him. You're gonna play Boyd on field and upgrade someone else. But I don't think Flynn is the answer. I could be wrong. Okay, I've been wrong many times. But I don't have Flynn in my team. He's never been in my team. He's just too risky. So I'm giving your team a top 1K. Okay, it has a potential to go top 10 or bust if Flynn goes nuts. Because you've got a lot of these high-scoring mid-prices in your team. You've got a lot of high-scoring rookies in your team. Your team is balanced perfectly. It's a good balanced team. To balance the team, you had no choice but to put Flynn in there. But if you can find me something else, maybe even put Kitty Coleman in there. Okay, he's safer, and that's what I would do. That's if Kitty Coleman plays. Now we go to the Liverpool Football Club transfer rumours. Okay, now that's interesting because it's my favourite team. Okay, now how do you only have 8 followers with a title like that? You should have millions. Okay, anyway, let's have a look at your team, young man. Cash-wise, you've allowed plenty on the bench. I'm very proud of this. Very much like very much. Okay, now it's making me very happy. Your defense is solid, but the spud detector, okay, has picked one as short. I'm not sold on him. Okay, beware. It's buyer beware on short, and buyer beware on Flynn. Okay, these two are very dangerous. The rest of the team is solid. Okay, it's actually a very solid team, very strong. I'm giving your team back over here a top 1K finish. Okay, however, it has the potential to drop off if Short and Flynn don't perform. Okay, these two have to perform. Either replace them, okay, either upgrade Short and downgrade Flynn, okay, or do something, but that's your problem there. We now move over to Bailey's team. Now, Bailey, what has he done? Now, I've got to enlarge this because this looks like it's camouflaged. Okay, now, with our rookies on field, we don't have enough. We don't have enough cash to upgrade these players. So you got to find me some cash. You may need to. We're going to get it from because defense is solid. Midfield, it's a rock. Okay, it's solid as. It's a very good team. It's built. Flynn is a problem. You can probably downgrade Flynn. Okay, get a good rookie here, and upgrade these rookies. Do that, and your team. I'll tell you now, is going to be a top 1K team. The team's very good. Just the rookies need upgrading, and finding cash is very hard these days. Okay, and that's where it's from. Now we're going to CWT. He's got 20K in the bank. ITB. I worked that out myself. Okay. Now he says here, purposefully fading Sheezels. Well, actually, I don't have Sheezels either right now until we see the Caleb Daniel effect. And then he says, undecided on which two I want to start from between Oliver, Shearer, and Ashcroft. Well, I'm telling you right now, Oliver, you have to start. Okay, don't even think about it. Okay, then your decision becomes Shearer or Ashcroft, and it's something you can decide. But I've gone with Shearer. Okay, now let's have a look. This team actually. You need to find me some cash in the midfield. So what you've done, okay, you've spent the cash all here, but you've neglected the important part over here, and your cash making is a problem. Okay, so you need to find now some cash for me. Okay, now we're gonna find it from. I like the fact you got Boyd here, but I don't like. I want you to have in here. You have to put in. The Freo boy, what's his name? Reedy. Okay, 132K or something. So you got to find 30K here, probably another 40, 50K here, another 60. You got to find me over 100K from somewhere. Okay, where's the cash going to come from? We got Holmes, we got Mills, the Governors here as well. Okay, I like the fact that you got difference. Okay, this team is full of pods. It's very good. It's very well taught out, except the cash department. So, fix up here. I can't give you a top 10 or bust rating because it's not done. It's not complete. So, I'm going to give you a top 1K ranking, but it'll fall to a top 1K plus ranking if you don't fix this up. Okay? Otherwise, the team looks very solid. We come now to Michael Phillips, and he says here, Abs, this seems solid. Haven't got a lot of cash left, okay? He's broke, okay? But it's going to be a good season, okay? He tells me just come down. Okay, let's have a look at this solid team. Okay, let's go over here. Now, for starters, okay, and I've said this to a lot of teams, we've got to fix his bench. Erasmus and Gross, probably not going to play. Okay, Erasmus might play, but Gross, we think he won't play. If he does, we're laughing. Now, if these two play, this team is unbelievable. Okay, and mind you, if these two play, I'll get it myself, and I'll have a team this good. Okay, now, team-wise, if all these are playing, if everyone here is playing, this is going to be a gun team. Okay, a top 10 or bust team. This team's going to go nuts. However, if we have problems over here, then you need to change some players, and we're looking at a top 1K team. So fix this for me, and I'm going to give you this. Okay, top 10 or bust if you can fix up here, because this team has got guns everywhere. Okay, it's very well thought out. I like it. We now move over to Matt Longhurst and his team. Now, Matt is a legend on Twitter. Now, let's have a look at Matt's team. Let's make this bigger. Now, cash making, we have a problem already where Marshall, he's not going to play. Okay, so, and Ura Henry, I don't think he's going to play. These two have to go out. Okay, once these two are out, you got to find cash. I'm assuming you got Boyd at flex, which you have. So for Ura Henry, if you can give me a player, the Freo boy, 132k. I forgot his name now. Okay, I've said it 1,000 times already. That's why I forgot it. But you know who I'm talking about, the ruckman. So bring him in here. Okay, and Reedy, that's his name. So bring him in here. Remove Marshall. Find me another, say, 50k and get me someone solid. Give me the Sydney boy here. Okay, if he plays, he's going to be a Jet. And this team has the potential to go nuts, except the spud detector has found something. Okay, Short and Farrell could both be spuds, and Saad has the potential to be a spud. We've got these three here. You have to fix up here. All right, it's a big problem. All three have to be changed. You're going to have to go 2 guns, possibly 1 rookie to change all this, but this is not going to work. Unfortunately, the mid prices in defense this year are not as good as the mid prices in the midfield. The midfield's got so many good mid prices, but you don't have any of them. Okay, you've picked them in the defense department, and it's not going to work. So unfortunately, for this reason, okay, I'm going to give you a top over. You're going to fade outside the top 1K with this. However, if you can fix up here, maybe remove one of these players and put in a mid pricer here, then things change and you become a top 1K team. And also fix up the bench, okay? You're nearly there, though, okay? We're getting there. Now, we come to Aaron Phillip, and he says this is the spud team. I think he's got the same team as me, okay? We've got the same teams. Now, let's have a look at this team. Let's go to another window, magnify it, and I see already a problem, which is the cash department, okay? Now, this year, shopping from China and bringing in containers full of rookies is not going to work. It may work in every other area except the midfield. They're not. We can't find them. So you're going to have to splash the cash over here. Maybe put Kako over here in the midfield and then splash some cash on it. Maybe Cumming. Actually, this is what you can do, okay? Kako in the midfield, okay? Cummings cash, split it into 2 and give me 2 midfielders here. And that will fix the problem. And that will also fix up El Habibi, okay? This works. So this is going to work now because this is all strong. Defense is strong. What's your forward line like? That's strong as well. Okay, this is a good... They got Torn Darcy. You have to find cash for him too to upgrade him. Probably, I would go... who can you get? Okay, because you already got English and De Conning. The only other player, similar price... you can go to the Hawthorn boy, or you can go with Nank the Tank. But this team has potential to be a top 10 or bust team. Okay, I actually like the setup. Okay, it's very similar to mine. Okay, but same but different. Okay, but has a potential. Okay, there a lot of potential for a top 1K team. So very impressed. I'm not sure what time I started, but this is 3 o'clock in the morning. I just finished recording all this. So we had, let me just show you my files, okay? I'm going to files here. Now, each one is a team, okay? And this is what I'm recording now. This is how many teams I've done reviews for. It's unbelievable, okay? Now, I don't think I've spoken this much in my life, okay? So my mouth is dry as, and I've drank 3 bottles of water, and it's still dry. So... hopefully you enjoyed all this. I did sort of slow down towards the end because I was getting very tired because I didn't realize that we had that many teams. Okay. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for joining, and remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.